Jake Hunsaker here with Zombiestrategic. Today we're going to go over how to field strip the FNX 40, which is the same field strip for the XDM weapons and the FNX 9. It's important to know how to field strip our weapons because that's the main way that we clean them. Once we field strip them, we can clean them properly. Also, while in a firefight or whenever we need to use our weapon, if there's a malfunction and immediate action does not work, we need to move to remedial action, which means we need to break down our weapons and find that problem. So the only way to do that is to learn how to disassemble and properly reassemble your weapons. The first thing that you do when field stripping an FNX or any gun is you make sure that it's not loaded. So first, there is no magazine. That's already been taken out. And then we're going to lock the slide to the rear and visually and physically check that there's no bullet in the chamber, which there is not. And so now we're good to go. I believe that the XDMs have this exact same method of field stripping, which is incredibly convenient, and it is very, very easy. The first step, we're already there. We're going to make sure that the slide is locked to the rear. We are then going to take the takedown lever, swing it 90 degrees down, and then we're going to release the slide. And with that lever down, the slide is going to slide all the way off. Which is really, really convenient that you don't have to dry fire the weapon in order to field strip it. Then, the next step is to take the spring out. So you just push down on the spring slightly, and it should pop right out. And then the barrel, also move it forward slightly, and up and out of your slide. And that's basically it. And once it's field stripped, you're able to clean all the necessary parts in order to maintain a good weapon and make sure that it fires every time. Now in order to put it back together, you just do everything in reverse. You're going to take your barrel, at a slight angle, you're going to drop it down into the slide, and then push it back and let it fall down into place. Then you take the spring, you put it right into the holder, and it may be really hard to tell. I'll get really close into the camera. Right here there's a little groove, a little half circle, and that's designed to have this sit perfectly in it, and that's how you know that it's sitting in the right place. So you go ahead and push down a little bit, and it should sit exactly where it needs to. And now you take your lower, you line everything up correctly, and you're going to slide it back onto your weapon, all the way back, and lock it into the rear position. Then, with your takedown lever, you're going to swing it 90 degrees back where it came from, and send the weapon home. And now your weapon is reassembled and ready for a functions check. We've already charged the weapon, so all we're going to do is, now that we know that it's not loaded because we just took it down, we're going to go ahead and put it on fire, and we're going to pull the trigger. Once we pull the trigger, we are not going to release the trigger. We're going to keep it down, and we're going to charge the weapon again. Then we're going to slowly release the trigger and wait to hear it reset. Once it resets, we're going to go ahead and fire again. Release the trigger all the way, charge the weapon. In this instance, we're also going to decock it with the decocker and then put the weapon back on safe. And now we've completely field stripped and reassembled an FNX 40. It's the same way for the FNX 9 and for XDMs.